Guys, I wanted to show you this cable. This is my mom's Crown Vic. The shifter cable broke. So the end broke off here. That turned into a big nightmare. Get off the side of the transmission. This is a 94 and 92 to 95. They've discontinued the shifter cable. 96 up to, I don't remember what year, is different. So, I couldn't find a used one, couldn't find a new one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a 96 shift cable in it. This is the difference so far that I've seen. On the end here, that goes on the, get these lined up, that goes on the, brain damage, goes on the shifter up on the column. This guy goes into a clip. This is what the clip looks like on the factory one. This is what it looks like on the 96. The ends here are the same. This is the same. And you get down here to the end, and these are the same. The difference is, I don't know if you could tell, but she's a little longer. And if you look at this right here, line these up, you can see the clip is a little bit farther forward, well, quite a bit farther forward on that one. But what I'm thinking is there should be enough adjustment in here. I am hoping that I have enough adjustment in here to make up for possibly this being off a little bit, because when I go change its position, it's going to pull it out a little bit farther here once it's lined up there. So I'm hoping it should have enough throw here. If worse comes to worse, I may have to do something with this end. I'm not for sure what it's made out of. I believe it's steel. If it is, I may have to cut this right here and actually extend this out and weld on another piece. We'll see if I gotta fab anything up for the end. I'm really hoping once I get it in, it'll shift. And on these 94s, it's a nightmare. It goes down through a hole down there, right there. If you can see that or not, probably not. And then it goes down through all them crazy lines and down around there and then down there. But yeah, the hard part is going to be getting this guy up inside there, because it goes in through the firewall and it has to go that way. The newer ones, it goes straight on the column, but on this one it's turned sideways. So the hard part is getting this stupid end through everything, because there's a freaking bunch of crap in the way underneath the dash. So once I get that fed through, and if this works, I will show you guys how it worked out for me. Also, at it, I want to show you guys this. I got the pan off. These are your shift solenoids here, and I don't know if when the pan, I know the pan squished the filter. I have checked all these wires and I don't see any breaks in anything. I'm really hoping there ain't nothing wrong with this one, because I just ordered these and I'm going to change those out. I'm hoping that solves the freaking issue. Otherwise I'm going to be back in here and I may end up changing this. But that should be one of these. I know that's a temperature sensor. Shift solenoids. It has a torque converter solenoid and a pressure solenoid. And I'm not sure if this is what I think they call it, a CTT or something. One of them's that, but one of them's for the torque converter, the other one's for fluid pressure. So, and as you can see, because the pan was leaking, everything has been covered in transmission fluid, and Mom and my brother don't tell me anything's going on with it. And I get over here for the cable and I'm like, damn, Mom, when didn't you guys say the pan was leaking? Because it's made a mess underneath there. I only put a couple quarts in it every month or so, or whatever it is, but Like, no. So I gotta get that stupid thing out of here. Took the filter off so I could do this. I'm gonna put a new filter and pan gasket back on it. The damn linkage is, I don't know if you can see that, it's twisted a little bit. I'm gonna have to straighten that out because I was fighting with it trying to get it off of here and ended up having to cut the damn bolt out, which I don't know where it is right offhand. I'll have to look and see what the hell I even did with it. It's up here. This is that. Big difference in thickness. But this was what the other than the cable, and that goes in through that linkage there was hanging down, and I had to grind that end off just to get this part out. And I've got to see, I'll have to, I had to grind that out right there to get it out. I'll have to go up to the dealership and see if they got this stupid bolt, because it's a specialty bolt, because it's designed to tighten down on this but allow the linkage behind it to pivot. You know what I mean? So it doesn't bind up. So it ain't like I can stick a regular bolt in there. So anyhow, I just want to show you guys what was going on. And I'm going to get back to this thing. And if this shifter cable works, I'll show you guys it working. If not, you'll hear me bitching about it. Otherwise, it's going to get a daggone floor shifter. And I don't want to do that because it's a bench seat. So put in a floor shifter. I mean, I could do it. I've done it in muscle cars back when I was in school. It's just I don't want to do that. It's not a muscle car. It's not a hot rod. And I don't think my mom would appreciate a shifter sticking out of their floor. So anyhow, I'm just showing you guys. She's holding up pretty good. Speedometer quit working. That's something else I'm trying to find. It started with the odometer, and now the speedometer is jumping around like all crazy. I've already put both speed sensors in the transmission, so I eliminated that. I know that ain't it. Oh, and also, for some reason, it blew the fuse for the radio and the clock, so that's something else I got to look at too while I got it in the garage. But yeah, as you can see, it stopped at 108,000, and I gave it to them with 108,000 on it. So, and they don't drive it a lot. I'd say they've probably put maybe 10,000 miles on it in the last 2 or 3 years they've had it from me. Okay guys, I'm gonna get back to doing this, and then I will show you what I get into. I'll be back. Routed through the firewall, and then if I can get around this thing, I got the door open. You can see it goes down through right here. I still gotta put the boot on there. Then it routes down through there, along there, down through the frame. And then down here, it's a little bit long, but I was able to make it work. As you can see, it's right there. But I've just got it sitting in here. So that'll work. I've got to get this straightened out and then find the bolt that goes in here, which is a specialty bolt that goes in the end of that. So I just want to show you, see, it's routed up along there. And this thing's a little rusty. I know she's showing her age. Those old lines are no longer being used. It's got new lines. But yeah, it goes up through there, as you can see, and then under the steering shaft and along the frame, just so it's tucked up out of the way. I got a little loop in it right here because it's a little long, but that'll be okay. Oh, I'm getting too old for this crap. My shoulder's killing me. Okay, so like I said, it goes up through. I've got the boots right somewhere buried right in there. I gotta slide that dude up, put it through the firewall, but I'm trying to get this linkage hooked up on a column first. So I just want to show you that real quick, and I'm gonna get back to it, and I'll do another video and say what it looks like. I'll be back. You guys, I wanted to show you on that bracket, if you can see that, I didn't weld the back side, I welded the other side. If you cut it like that and then push it together about that much, as you can see, not the greatest, but it works. It's only welded on the outside, it's not welded on the inside. It's not like it has a bunch of pressure on it. take them 2 bolts out up there, or Torx bits, take your bracket down. I also have to put a zip tie over it to hold it in. If you can see that, there's a couple zip ties there, because it doesn't have that lock-in clip up there that the other one did. So the zip tie seemed to be working fine. If you can find a clip that'll work there, you can try that. But there's a hole there, so I just zip tied it around, as you can see, and it's not going anywhere. I've already shifted it around. But this is just showing you what you can do to make a 96 cable fit. This is, there you go. This is it right here. If you guys can see that. I know my thing's all screwed up. Let me wipe this off. Got oil on my lens. A little better there, maybe. Anyhow, that's the part number and everything. You guys can see that. That's all you got to do up there. The rest, like I said, it goes through just like the old one did. And it is a little bit longer, but it's looped up right here. It's not going to hurt anything. And as far as this goes, that crap ass bolt they had in there, I just put this in. That should work. I'm gonna crank it down. It's got a lock. That nut's like a lock washer, so it shouldn't back off. I probably should put some blue Loctite on it. But yay, it works. I shift it back and forth. Now I'm waiting on these shift solenoids here to come in. I'll change these out. I don't believe there's anything wrong with this one. I'm gonna change these 2 solenoids out, put a filter back in it, and a pan, gasket. Making a damn mess on my garage. Anyhow, I just want to show you how it came out. Try to crawl out. You can see it's through the firewall down there. Goes down around. Love my brake lines. Yeah, wonderful job, isn't it? That's what happens when you can't find a freaking Ford and their wonderful lines. At one end's different than the other, and I had to make a bunch of lines. Oh, it's just a disaster, but it works. It's a go car, not a show car. So, what the hell is that? I have to look and see what that's coming from. Oil. My brother must have got oil on there when he's putting oil in it. Like, it needs valve cover gaskets. That's the only oil leak that I really see on this thing is valve cover gaskets. Everything else seems like it's holding up pretty good. Still got to find a speedometer for it. I put the speed sensors in and now the speedometer's still jumping around all crazy and stuff. And it's reading off, so that's just letting you know what's going on with it and how to fix it and everything. And I hope you guys like my channel. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get more subscribers. I've only got like 80 some. And I'll be back on a vet this summer and do some more videos of it, hopefully driving it. You guys have a good evening. Thank you for watching, and have a happy new year. Bye.